Saturday in the studio, come on in. Lisa and Dave, let the fun begin. Grab your stamps, your paper, your glue. We've got crafty inspiration just for you. Colors and layers, memories to keep. Laughing and creating joy runs deep. Cards and pages made with heart. Let's make some magic, let's make some.
Hi friends, welcome to Saturday in the Studio. My name is Lisa Schmid and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I just love Saturdays. Something really fun is that Dave found this, can you explain it, the letters?
So it's a company that will send you a letter every 2 weeks, and it contains, each one is the next episode of a story.
So it's like a book with chapters. The chapter comes each week.
Every
every other week. Yeah, go ahead.
So then Lisa reads it to the boys, and they're very into it right now.
And
so it's an adventure, sort of a medieval. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, medieval adventure, and there's a map that they're going to put together, and little cards. It's awesome. So it's very fun. And so we read the second one today. The third one has already come, but after 3 double-sided pages of a letter, I was like, oh, maybe this afternoon. So anyway, super fun. I love Saturday mornings. Today, I want to show you something from, I believe it's an online exclusive in January. And I just think sometimes cards don't have to be hard. What do you think about that? So I'm going to make some cards that are quick and easy to put together. And they just use some really fun sentiments and images called seasonal celebrations. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this seasonal celebrations is in the January online exclusives. And more than that, I'll tell you, the best way for me to find things is I just go to Stampin' Up! And type in seasonal celebrations.
Go to thestamperstudio.com, click on order products, and you will be able to search right there.
Thank you. So I do that instead of trying to figure out which catalog is in. Doesn't matter. So I am excited to show you to use this. I'm going to use the birthday hat for our first card and the not a tulip, daffodil for our second card. And then on Monday, I'm going to make a little spinning card using the bunny. So make sure to come back for that. All right. So that's one piece of it. The second piece of it is the phrases, which I think, I'm not sure why these weren't sold together, but that's okay. They didn't ask me. But these reason to celebrate has all the phrases, in my opinion, that go with these pictures. And so I had gotten this, and then I was like, oh, I kind of need an image to go with it. And so I went ahead and got the images, these seasonal celebrations, which really go with it quite well. I was thinking they really marry quite well. So we're going to use these sentiments and those pictures. All right, let's set that there. All right, so the next thing I started with is I wanted to use, I'm going to show you exactly where that came from. There are celebration expressions. And I just want to show you what these are because they are great. They're a game changer and they're a great card starter. So what you get in these is you get 54 different cards. Now, some of them are 4x6. So let's just take a look. They're double-sided. Okay, so let's just take a look and we'll push that up a little bit and go through some of these. This is the one I'm going to use. I already cut it down a little bit. So let's do it this way. So that's one side, and there's the other side. Okay, so those are fantastic. Good. So I love the little balloon dog that cracks me up. Balloon animal dog. There's also congratulations. Oops. And on the other side of this, a nice pattern stripe. Look at these. How fun are those? Birthday candles. It'd be kind of fun just to put a little sentiment in each one of those little poofs. And bubbles on the back. Looks like bubbles to me. So those are the 4x6 cards. So you get 6 of each of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 of each of those. And then, as if that wasn't enough, we also get, so 6 times 5, 30. You must get 24. Look at that quick math. Of these are 3x4. And how fun are these? So there's one with the banners for like birthday or any kind of celebration. Some fun stripes on the back of that one. Thank you. Polka dots. That's a fun one. And thanks. I might switch to polka dots. We'll have to see. I'm using the
Hey, Mary
stripes.
Jo. Hey, Diane.
And look at this one. Hi, friends. Look at that. How fun is that? This one you could journal on if you were using it for scrapbooking, or you can just use that as a background. What a crowning achievement. But that's great for graduation. Although instead of a graduation hat, it would be great with a crown. And then we've got this stripe. So lots of fun cards already printed, ready to go. And that is called the Celebration Expressions. Did I see you just put that in there?
I've put all the links to everything Lisa said so far. This 2 stamp sets and the Memories and More card packs. So you can
Great.
just click and order those.
Thank you.
All
Love.
good to go.
So we're going to start with Berry Burst. So looking at this, I should tell you the colors here. It says, I'm going to go a little higher. It says Balmy Blue, Berry Burst, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Pretty in Pink, and Timid Tiger. So I just looked at this and thought, okay, I'm going to use the Berry Burst. So I'm going to start with this, just our standard half sheet. And sometimes when my scoring is a little bit off, that's okay. I do score it at the time, and I do use a scorer at the correct measurement, but all right. So we're going to start with that, and look how fun this is going to be. So I cut it down, obviously to be, maybe not obviously, sorry, but to be 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that. I'm going to wait. Sometimes I have ribbon to add, so I'm just going to wait. So we're going to use the birthday hat. How fun is the birthday hat? And we're going to use the little birthday little poof ball on the top. That's an official term, by the way. So I went ahead and die cut out. I'm going to scooch this aside for a moment. As you can see, by the way this is being worn, I was thinking I should put them on magnetics because I thought that this would hold it, my little washi tape, but it did not. This is called Spotlight on Nature Dies. And if you think that's enough, just wait. Look at this. Did I turn on my mic? Yes, I did. There are 10, I believe, in here. Yes, 10 dies and 12 dies, 12 dies. And look at all those circles. I just love it. It makes me so happy. So Spotlight on Nature Dies are a big winner in my book.
Anything that nests like that
Yes.
is so great for making labels.
Layers.
So-
Absolutely. All right. So I have my one layer that I cut right here. And I am going to use my foam mat. Probably could get a new one of these, huh? It works though. And I'm going to do.
Maybe we could wash it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to stamp the hat in Berry Burst since that's our main back color. And then I'm going to stamp the top part in Lemon Lime Twist. So let's ink that up and get a good stamp right there of our Berry Burst. And then we'll use our Lemon Lime Twist and give it a little, I'm just going to turn this so I can have it closer to the bottom, little bit of here. I think it's funny how this has that little notch cut out. It's very cute. Now, so we could just stop there, right? That's easy. You could just do it like that. But that hat, just going to say, is so easy to cut out, not to die cut, just to cut out. Why don't we cut it out and pop it up? It's just a simple triangle.
Mary Jo says baby wipes could clean up your pad.
Oh, well, there you go. That was worth signing on for. So I'm just going to give this a quick cut, and we will put it right on top of the other one just to pop it up.
It's like pink pizza.
Strawberry pizza. No, raspberry pizza. It does not sound very good, though.
No.
All right.
Breakfast pizza.
Yeah, right. All right. So let's go ahead and pop that up. And even though I cut not perfectly, it doesn't matter because this one is stamped underneath it. So let's grab some dimensionals. Mary Jo, how you doing in Arizona? This lovely day of 1 degree here. No, I'm not bitter. No, not at all.
Jealous, maybe.
Not jealous, not envious, nothing. Happy to be here. All right. So we'll just stick that on like that. And then, of course, I was like, oh, do we have a punch that we could punch out this little hat, our little pom-pom, which we do not. But I thought, okay, how hard is the pom-pom to cut out? Because, of course, I want to pop up that. Also, I'm going to stamp it closer to the edge. And I'm going to quickly cut 2 of them. The bottom one doesn't matter if it has, just to give it some more fluff. So I'm just going to fold it. Maybe I will stamp both of them. I did stamp a second one, but I'm going to cut that right at the top of that little line right there so that I can layer them. And the middle one will go in the middle. So it doesn't have to be perfect. That's a big statement for me. Right, Dave? Oh, kids have helped with that, right? I don't know about you guys, but kids have helped with
things don't have to be perfect.
needing to be, yeah, perfect. All right. So just cut that. I was thinking it'd be fun if there was a little pom-pom or some kind of fuzzy something, which I'm sure we could figure out. But all right, so I'm going to layer these because I do want the top one to stand up a little taller. Let's grab our mini dimensions here.
Excuse
me. Mm-hmm. And the first one is actually going to stick right on top of the hat like that.
Sometimes good enough is good
Take
enough.
your pick. Well, and the thing is, I think we notice things more than other people do. So not just, I think myself, I would be like, oh, this has to be, no, it doesn't. So let's do that. I don't even think I need to pop it up again because it's sitting on top of the hat. So I'm going to go with that. We grab our card back in here. I'm going to close this ink. It makes me really, I'll just leave it open for a second. Kind of makes me nervous when I have ink hanging out. All right, make sure you've got the card going the right way. So now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, a berry burst or a lemon lime background would be great. Can you grab me a lemon lime piece of paper and or cardstock, and we will die cut one more layer using the lemon lime. So let's do, it's hard to tell how big sometimes the hat is going to be. So I think I can easily cut the hat down, and we'll do one more layer with that berry burst. That's fun. And they both actually have the same design on them. So with our handy dandy, I need a little bigger piece, love, I think. Yep, a little bit bigger.
Sorry. I thought you
No
were doing
worries.
that.
So I am going to just trim this one down. We'll see. Have you ever done that? Run something with dimensionals through?
Oh.
Did you hear him? Oh, that's okay. I am confident. I am confident. Confidence takes me a long way sometimes when I'm not sure. How about that? All right. Well, sometimes you change your mind, and that's okay. Look at that. Boom. Still looks great. And then we'll grab, thank you, a piece of lemon lime twist, because that will look so cute on top of it. I love bold colors. Love, 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 love bold colors. So let's die cut this one. Lemon lime. Push that through there. Oops, got to make it the right. Do you see what I have? I have 1, 2, 3. That is not going to cut it. So what you need is to make an E. So the first one is out further, second one's in, something more like that.
But then have your die over.
I'm fine.
Okay.
It'll grab it much easier. That sounded like, okay, we'll see. Ta-da! That one didn't. Oh, ta-da! All right, and that is a peek into our world right there. I see. So this side, let's just trim that a little bit. This side didn't cut quite enough. I see what I thought you were talking about the top, but you were talking about the side.
I was talking about both, but
well, the top is fine. It's more the side that did not grab it. So let's
didn't seem like it had support. That's all.
I see. I'm going to get that situated because then I can grab it right here. So let's go ahead and there we go. Look at how easily that grabs that. And because I hadn't lifted it at all, it's still okay. But I think that's going to make it look just a lot nicer. That's how I get some of those out. Or I also like to use, did you know that the Take Your Pick, don't poke yourself, the Take Your Pick can have, you can get a little set with these with the brush, and it has a couple other tools with it, but that is so handy to get out. Watch, it won't come out because I'm telling you. It's pretty handy to get out these little pieces
Little extra pieces.
if you don't want to sit there and poke them. And then sometimes you still have to poke them, so we'll just poke those two out. There we go. And I just poked myself, which is why I took this off at that moment. All right. And then these, you go, yay, and you have confetti. So that's a fun little tool. Let's pull this back in. Let's clean off our space and go back to our little hat.
Look up and move over just a bit.
Yep, sorry.
Thank you.
There we go. Let's get that one out. That looks good. All right. So how fun is that? It's so cute. I think it's really cute. Let's go ahead and stick some things down. I know I said about the ribbon. I am going to use, I have yellow daffodil, which I think actually could work. Not daffodil, excuse me, darling duckling. So even though that's daffodil, I think there's a small enough amount of it that it can work. So let's go ahead and tape a small amount.
Yep, Diane says she uses the brush for die pieces all the time.
Nice, nice. All right.
I've also used it on the die itself to get some of the little things out.
Yes, that's a great idea too. I just want to see, where do I want this? Right in the middle there before I commit,
Hey, Lori.
because then I'd have to peel it up. Hey, Lori. Lori is our neighbor and friend. She lives just up the street, so close. All right, so let's just make sure that that's straight. There we go. And push that under. There we are. And I'm going to put some more adhesive on it and stick it on.
And in case you joined us late and you're wondering, where is that paper from?
I know it's so
It
cute.
isn't a DSP. It's from the Memories and More card pack. So it comes already cut the shape, all set to go.
All right, let's go ahead and stick this puppy on. Our lemon lime twist, which lemon lime twist and granny apple green, toss
Very
up
similar.
which, but they're not, I was going to say, are my favorite colors.
I find them, sometimes I have to look kind of closely to make sure which one I'm grabbing.
Yeah, the granny apple is a bit darker,
Mhm.
and you don't really notice it unless, well, I guess I really like I like them both. It's hard to tell. I do like this one probably the best.
It's a little closer to your favorite.
It is, it really is. All right, and we'll put that right there. How cute is that? Okay, to our sentiment. I am going to find the package for these so I do not lose them. Here they are. If you ever drop a die in the trash by mistake, you just need to take a really strong magnet and run it around in the trash, and all of a sudden you'll hear click, and there it is. So let's get our sentiment.
Over a bit.
I'm so sorry. How about, I'm looking for, there it is, birthday, happy birthday. Well, that works. Let's do, let's look and see. These usually are bigger than what they look like on the outside, I've noticed. So, another wonderful year. Maybe we'll do that on the outside. Sorry, thinking. Love you. Fun. Lucky on your fun day. That's kind of a lot to line up there. On your fun day. Sure, we could do that. On your fun day. Happy birthday. Help me out, hun.
Why not just special day?
Special day. Could do special day, or we could just do happy birthday.
Yep.
All right. We'll do happy birthday on the inside because that's bigger than we're going to have space for on the outside. So I'm going to stick my birthday on here, and happy is little, right? Happy is right there. Stick our little happy. I'll probably stamp them separately. I'll put on the side. All right. So let's take and add a little ribbon here, because then it can fluff it up and take that space that's sitting there open, waiting for an embellishment to say, stick here. All right, let's get that on. Then we'll come back and put a couple embellishments on the front, of course, like some sparkle and something fun. Cute. Very cute. All right, inside. I did not stick in that paper yet because I wanted to stamp on it. And I thought, well, let's make sure it fits, right? Before we stamp it. Okay, so happy birthday. I'm going to do that in the Berry Burst. So let's do our birthday. I'm going to do it down a little bit lower. You'll see why in a moment. And then the happy, I'm going to do a couple of happies like this. Happy. Because then you know what? I don't have to try to get them straight. Happy. One more. 3 is a good number. Happy, happy birthday. That's cute. And we'll pop that inside. The other thing we could add, which I'm going to, is a little bit of confetti around their happy birthday. So I've got this Berry Burst. And I also have, we'll go back to that lemon lime twist. I'm going to stamp that on the back just to make sure I got it clean. Good way to make sure before I commit, right? There we go. 3 and 3. My even numbers. Oh, well. It's the way it is, right? Lori, isn't this paper great? It's so easy to use and it's so fun. Nice and bright and cheerful. So we'll pop that inside. Happy, happy birthday. I'd be happy to get that on my birthday. Happy, happy birthday. All right. And then I'm just going to add some rhinestone gems. If you don't know what to put on to make something sparkle, these are like my go-to all the time because of course you could use other ones that match, but there's a lot of color going on already. So let's just use, trying to clean my space there. Let's just pop on some of these. Happy, happy birthday. I'm going to
Can you hold the gems up to the camera for just a second?
Sure.
So they can see them.
Yeah, these are the rhinestone gems. I'll put them like that. And I'm going to take the big one, or little one. I'm going to take a little one and stick it right there in the middle of that. This, I must have squeezed this too much. Do you see what's happening? It's coming out, which is okay. I'll just take it off. That's what's inside there. It's little
putty.
Putty, yeah. I was going to say glue, but you're right. It's putty. So let's put one over here. That was useful. I'm going to put a medium sized over on this side. And I'm going to put a big one up there and then a smaller one up there. Why I choose in the middle, I have no idea, but there we go. Oh, Risifras. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm not sure how you know what I would probably do is take a eraser and see if I can pull that off a little bit. Well, that was kind of, but anyway, isn't that a cute card? So fun. Happy, happy birthday. Love it. All right, Dave, what do you have for us? And I'm going to get our second card ready.
Okay, so 2 things to share with you today. One is, obviously, as we always say, go to thestamperstudio.com for anything you ever could possibly need in the way of stamping. Next, when you go there, as I said, click on Shop for Products. That's your easiest way to look up things, place an order, all those pieces, all set to go for you. Scrolling down just a little bit, Super Stampin' Weekend. Let me just pause and say, it is coming up next weekend. We have expanded to 9 hours of content for you. Awesome demonstrations by our 3 demonstrators, Lisa, Amy, and Tracy, all fully recorded. So if you can't join us live for all of the pieces, not to worry. Now, for those of you who ordered by the deadline, your party boxes go out today. So that means by Tuesday, maybe Wednesday at the latest, you should have those. Your party box filled with all of your make and take items, your special surprises, all the things. Now, those of you who say, I didn't register and you know what, I'm getting a bit of FOMO, not to worry. We still offer the virtual only option, which means you can still sign up. You will get access to all of the content. You can join us live or watch the recordings. You will get all the PDFs with all the dimensions of all the materials. You would just have to cut those yourselves. Use your own supplies to make the projects, but you still can join us, have all the fun, all the party, all of that. You just have to supply your own supplies instead of getting the party box. So that is still available. We will leave that open, honestly, up until the event happens itself. Also coming up, Card Cafe, our in-person event that happens here in the Minnetonka studio. We are coming up on the February Card Cafe, so go ahead and sign up for that. Come make 10 cards, have a fun time in the studio here in Minnetonka. That's all I have for you.
That sounds great. So again, I am using these cards. I pulled out that one because I had pulled out a different one, which I may stick with. And this time I'm going to use the big daffodil. And when I say big, it's a big daffodil. Look at that. That's a pretty big flower.
That's a big flower.
Right? Takes my whole hand. So let's go ahead and start with using I'm going to go with Daffodil Delight. And again, funny how that works with a daffodil and a Daffodil Delight. Yep. So let's just use that. And then because I want to use, it's going to go up and down. Because I want to use this, I thought, oh, lemon lime twist. That'll be perfect. So I am going to go ahead and stick on, our lemon lime twist here. And that's just cut a 1/4 inch down. So this is 4 by 5 1/4 because our standard half sheet is full size. My paper cutter must need to be sharpened again. Okay, so my daffodil is going to go on this. And I thought, well, that's kind of fun. Just have a little bit of color up there. Maybe. I'm going to stamp my daffodil first. And then I'm thinking that will look just great. So let's do our daffodil. Of course, I'm going to use lemon lime twist again because that is a perfect color for our stem. Just want to make sure I put this over far enough so that that's going to fit. So let's get our lemon lime twist. Did you know that's like a little applause for yourself? I love that. I'm going to go all the way down. Oh, I didn't even tell you where these squares came from. Do you know? How many of you know? It comes from Textured Notes dies. And again, like Dave said, it's that layering. I just love when things layer, and then I can quickly and easily find, excuse me, the right size. So, okay, our daffodil, yellow. Let's put the green away. Let's get our Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to try something. I got something sticky on there. I'm going to try something on this before I stamp it. We're going to stamp it on a little piece of paper. So let's see if we can. First, I'm going to stamp it in our I'm going to get lots of yellow on that. Daffodil Delight, such a great color. Like I said, I love the bold brights. Okay. And then I was wondering, how would it be? I don't know, so I can always clean it if it doesn't work, right? I'm going to smudge on a little bit of the Timid Tiger. I'm going to start just at the edge so I don't get too much. Let's get some of that off. And then I'm just going to smudge a little bit on the little cup here. Okay, I kind of like it. It gives it a little detail. I don't really have a lot of control with this as far as it's because it's the larger one. I did think about using one of these. What are they called?
A dauber.
Yep. I thought about using a dauber, but I was afraid it would leave too definite of a circle. Okay, I like it. It adds a little bit of dimension to make it so it's not quite so flat, I guess. All right, so I'm going to stamp my daffodil on my flower. Let's go this right in there. The petal goes right there, just like that. And then you guessed it, I'm going to cut this out. I'm just going to cut out this top part. I think I'll just cut out the whole thing. It's a pretty simple, these are such bold designs. I really like when something's popping up. It's hard for me to have just a flat card. But look how, I'm not a big fussy cutter, but look at how this really does come out quickly. And more than that, it's just an easy cut because it's a bold design. I usually leave a little bit of white. And so let's get that The other thing you could do is you could stamp this one more time and die cut that, or cut that, not die cut, just cut that and pop it up even further, which I won't do for you right now, but I might do when we are done. Because look how fun. Fun little, I'm just going to smooth that out a little bit just to make it pop up. I just think things have to have some lift or some dimension instead of just stamping flat on it. So let's do that. Oops. Would you go grab me? That's okay. I'll do that another time. All right, there we go. Let's pop that right on top of the other one. I kind of like it
Nice.
when there's, yeah, I think I like when there's one underneath. Just, I don't know, just in case you see it underneath. I'm not sure, but okay. And on this one, let's bring our card back in. Yeah, I thought that Timid Tiger might work. It's a little bit lighter than the pumpkin pie. I just thought that gives it a little bit of spring color. So let's go ahead and stick this on. You could, of course, oh, that's cute on the back too. Shoot.
Looks like our
Good thing I
background.
have 5 more of them. What'd you say?
Looks like our background.
Yeah. Good thing there's 5 more. Let's see where we want this to go. I think we can go right there. Give it an even edge on the 2 sides.
One thing I
And-
like about the cards, Memories and More card packs, is like if you need to make a whole bunch of birthday cards just to have on hand for people, makes it so easy. Because like
Yep.
this one, you have 5 of that thing. So to just crank out 5 of the same makes it super easy to do, super takes care of some of the pieces for you. I love Memories and More card packs.
Yep. All right, so we're going to come back to this and we're going to use our happy and we're going to use Easter since Easter is a coming. So I'm just going to spray this over my little Stampin' Scrub to make sure I do get it clean since I'm going to go into a
New color.
new color. Exactly right. So, all right, there's our happy. And this time I am going to line them up. And here's how I'm going to do this. So if you take a lined piece of paper,
Can you move those words out of the way?
I sure can. Is
Thank
that
you.
distracting?
It is.
All right, thank you. So I can line it up by putting my happy on a line because it's hard to see, right? It is. I think it's hard sometimes to line things up. And I can grab the Easter right here. Happy Easter. And wait a minute. Happy is upside down.
Tilt your head back just a little
Happy's
bit.
right side up,
Thank
which
you.
I don't want. So let's put that there, lining it up on the line. And let's put the Easter as high as we can. Also lining it up on a line. Push that down just a little bit. That looks pretty straight. I guess we'll see. Oh, I think,
Yep. No.
no, I did them backwards. Yes, I did. Stop saying no.
Sorry.
It's a solid it's a solid piece on the back,
Gotcha.
so I know it's not going to give me any image, but a little bit.
I thought
I'm
you were
gonna
worried
use-
about straightness. And it looked
No,
pretty straight to
not
me.
worried about straight. All right, I'm going to use my take your pick because every time I touch it, it moves
Like that.
like that. All right, I can see the line on that. This is the right side now. And I can, of course, you could stamp them separately. That's okay too, but I'm pretty sure.
More likely they'll be crooked if
well,
you stamp them separately.
Right. There we
But
go.
you know what? We have a new product that we're going to be showing
Oh,
you
yes.
that's going to take care of this incredibly.
All right, and I think I'm just going to use black because I want a Memento black. I want a nice bold Happy Easter. I could stamp it in the orange. I could stamp it in the yellow, but I just want something bold. Again, I just want to,
Are we going to unbox on Monday?
I don't know. I wanted to do a spinner card on Monday, but I
Oh.
really want to show that placement. That
Yeah.
so many choices. All right, let's stick that Happy Easter right there.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. So if I had stamped them separately, I could have them closer together, but I think that's fine. And I was thinking, even though, again, we don't have daffodil ribbon. And so this is Darling Duckling, but it's pretty close. So I'm just going to tie a little knot there. And I'm going to stick it on our little tulip. See? Little
Definitely.
knot. Like that. And I'm going to put it like right there, I guess. I kind of want it right here. I don't know.
If you tilt it so it's not over the happy, it'd be fine.
Or I could also cut it a little smaller. You can just keep cutting away and then you have nothing. All right, let me grab
Get down to a little ball
a
of
little
ribbon.
nub. Let me grab my glue dot here. There we go. And we'll just stick that like that. Gives it a little cute little happy. Actually, sorry. This is not should not take this much effort to get it. There we go. All right. Now inside, I am going to stamp because I can. In this set, we have some flowers, and the flowers are. Let me show you here. The flowers are these. They're not daffodils, but they sure are flowers, and they're just kind of fun, springy flowers. So I thought it'd be fun to stamp those. And I do have them on a block right here. Or maybe I won't stamp those because I don't know where the block is, and that's okay.
This one?
Nope. All right. The other thing I'm going to put on, which I will come back to that. The other thing I'm going to put on is some of these butterflies.
You've got a couple on your Stampin' Scrub.
Yep. Have you forgotten, or do you remember these? We haven't. They seemed like they came out and it was like a really big deal, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. I don't see people using them as much. But these are brushed brass butterflies. They are flat because sometimes it's hard to ship things that are not so flat. Now, based on the size of this flower, these are more like little gnats. That's okay. I'm going to do it like that. That's really fun. I like it. I'm just going to take a quick look here and see if I can find that die or that stamp. But all right, so that's it. There's our flower. I will stamp the flower. There's our daffodil. I will go ahead and stamp that and pop that inside and put that in the chat. But there's our daffodil, and that is all using our seasonal celebrations and reason to celebrate. There's that one, and then this one. And I love these backgrounds. I love that they're, quick and easy to use. So there we have it. That's what I have for you. And I hope that you enjoyed that. I just think this has so much potential and there's just so much I can do with it. I don't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but maybe that's kind of a good one to bring to school when kids say, you don't have green on, you just stamp it on their hand. So, all right, that's what I have for you. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. I didn't ask you what you're doing today. I always like to know what's happening in your world on Saturday. We're happy to be home here in Minnetonka. Not at the refuge, but I love being there. It's really tricky. I like being both places very, very much. So what a blessing that is. All right, friends, we will see you on Monday. And whether we have a little bit of I might show you just one suite that's coming up, but we also have the new Stamparatus type thing that I want to show you. There's just so much. So we'll see. All right, friends, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Happy stamping.
Saturday in the studio, come on in. Lisa and Dave, let the fun begin. Grab your stamps, your paper, your glue. We've got crafty inspiration just for you. Colors and layers, memories to keep. Laughing and creating joy runs deep. Cards and pages made with heart. Let's make some magic, let's make